Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. I'm Lorraine, and today we are going to do the fourth and final card in the Timeless Arrangements series of cards videos. I just wanted to show you where this one started. This is where I started with this. I couldn't make it work. I started doing these little bubbles all over the background, and then I thought, well, maybe if I do the same color ink, and then, so anyway, not what I ended up doing. This is what I ended up doing. I always do things very symmetrically, so this is a challenge for me. The other challenge I gave myself was working with a color I don't usually use. I very rarely pull Coastal Cabana off the shelf, so I thought I would give it a whirl. I also had a request in my comments to do more of the work on camera as opposed to prepping things and then building. So I recognize that there's some beginners out there who don't necessarily have the intrinsic knowledge that I assume people have. So my apologies for that if I'm leaving some people behind. So this one I'm going to build from scratch. So it might be a bit long. Feel free to fast forward through the bits that you already know. So I've got a Coastal Cabana card base, I've got a 5 1/4 by 4 in basic white, and I've got a 5 by 3 3/4 in basic white. I have pre-done the greeting, which I used the dies from the set, and I used the "You Are the Best" stamped in the Coastal Cabana and run through the die cutting machine. If you don't have a die cutting machine, you can absolutely cut this out with scissors and get the similar effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the 5 1/4 by 4 piece through the Time Worn Type folder. And it's going to be on an angle. Like, this paper is on an angle, but I didn't want the type to be on an angle. So what I did is I put it in, knowing that this piece is going to be angled like this. I actually put it in the folder on an angle, so that when I attach it to the card, the script is still going straight across. So I'm going to run that through my folder, or my embossing machine, and I need my base plate. And because this is a 3D embossing folder, I just need the base plate and my gray plate. So I'm going to run that through, and it will bang when it goes through because of that hard edge. And again, that hinge edge goes in first, and you have to do it that way so you don't split your folder. Okay, so now you can see it's all at an angle on here. If I were to put this straight, it would be going up, but I'm going to be putting it like that. So I'm just going to put those off to the side for now. I'm going to take my 5 by 3 3/4, and I'm going to use the leaf stamp, and I'm going to stamp all over this. So this might be one of the parts where you feel like fast forwarding a little bit because it's just me stamping. So I have had lots of new people commenting, a few new subscribers this week. So I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate all of you who are so encouraging, telling me what you love about my videos, things that I can do to improve. I reply to all the comments, and I do my best to incorporate your ideas into my videos. And if I do use one of your ideas, I will call it out and say who I got the idea from. I absolutely believe that this is a community of sharing, and everybody's ideas have value, and that we can all learn from each other. Just because I'm on YouTube creating videos doesn't mean I know everything or have all the best ideas. These are jumping off points for you. To change up the color, you might want to do this in Berry Burst or Azure Afternoon or something like that. So anyway, down off my soapbox now, but a very deep sense of gratitude for everybody in the community who is so supportive. So what we need to do now is we've got our stamped card front. So we're going to pull in our card base, and we're going to flat mount our 5 1/4 by 4 that we've run through the Time Worn Type embossing folder. And we're going to just hold down one corner and just kind of keep working with this until it's kind of equal. Even though it's going to be crooked, I still need it to be kind of evenly crooked. You can dimensionalize this piece if you want. I chose to flat mount it because I think it's just a little bit more effective. But again, these are jumping off points, your card, your ideas. And I'd love to hear what you've done if you choose to case this card. So this one is going to do the same thing. We're going to angle it quite remarkably, so it's obvious what we're doing, and then just drop it down. I don't want my edges to go off the side of the card. Then I've got my "You Are the Best" greeting, which I will dimensionalize. I'll pop that there and that there like that. Take my backings off, put them in the container, and then you can decide where you want to put the greeting. I kind of like a greeting that's a little bit lower right, but you can also put it wherever you think. If you've got a little space you want to cover up, or you know, there was a little bit of an oops with a stamp, that's a really good place for a greeting. So we're just going to make sure that it's straight with the bottom, which can be a bit of a challenge if you've got things that are slightly off on the card. So there we go, that's good. Now, I really liked this, but I thought it was a little plain. So I brought in some of those iridescent rhinestone basic jewels that I am totally in love with at this point. They are all pinks and yellows though. So I don't have a Coastal Cabana blend, but I do still have one of the old Bermuda Bay ones. So I colored them with my Bermuda Bay blend. And because they're alcohol markers, they dry really quickly. So I had intended to do 3 on each card, and then the 3 just kind of looked a bit funny, so I did 6. And just place them wherever there's a bit of a gap. I wanted to kind of focus around the greeting to kind of bring the eye to the greeting and kind of make them make sense. So this one actually looks okay with 3. This one I put 6. So you can decide how many you want to put on. And again, you could use your blends to color match. So thank you so much for watching. And the journey from here to here, I am so thrilled with how this one turned out. So let me know what colors you would do this card in, and let's create together again soon.